Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews, I'm just a regular dude. Where I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, and I also review YouTube channels. Today I'm going to show one. This is from Scare Theater. It's become one of my favorite channels here on YouTube. I like this channel quite a bit. And this is called God Has Entered My Body Analysis. It's this guy who thinks that God has entered his body. So let's put on my new headphones here. I got some new headphones so I can hear a little bit better rather than those little earpieces I was putting in. I think I like this a lot better. Plus they're nice bright blue. So let's check this out. God Has Entered My Body Analysis from Scare Theater.
Religious beliefs have been around for as long as humans have, as a way to answer questions about why we're here and what comes next. Regardless of what your thoughts on the topic are, it's nothing new that many religious followers strive to spread the word of whatever God they believe in. These people can be annoying, but in this case, it can be downright unnerving.
Mormon missionaries.
Since late 2012, people started reporting receiving text messages from a number in Indianapolis. It started with text saying, "God enters a man like a body perfect size, like me floating into you, which is Holy Ghost baptism, and rips face, diseases, gums." Then it turned into texts that mainly repeated the phrase, "God has entered my body, like a body perfect size." Usually, this person would only send one text, even if he responded, but a few lucky people did get responses. One person claims they texted back saying they had the wrong number, and the response was, "God does Satan's voice." Another person said, "You okay?" To which they received a response saying, "God told me he made a pill to scare." For years, people reported receiving these texts on phone number lookup websites and forums.
If I got a text
Some
like
people
that,
were
I'd block
scared,
them.
some were confused, and others were just annoyed. Along with all this commotion, some bizarre theories arose to accompany the texts. One of the more outlandish ones was that these texts were sent by some sort of psychotic serial killer. The plot continued to thicken as this van was discovered in Indianapolis. All over it are the same phrases that appeared in these texts. God entered like a body perfect size. Holy Ghost entered like body. I see thousands of visions a day. Someone even got a picture of 2 cars in a row like this. Before, people speculated this is some type of bot sending all these messages, but this confirmed that this person was indeed real.
Nice haircut, dude.
It wasn't long before people were able to put a face to the person behind all of this. I present to you Bob Hickman.
God entered into my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you or you floating into me.
He has multiple YouTube channels, one of the earlier ones dating back to 2008, but the one he's active on now was created in 2012. All his videos start with him uttering the same phrase.
God entered into my body. God entered into my body. God entered into my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you or you floating into me.
He claims that God has entered his body, which has caused a number of physical symptoms.
My name is Bob Hickman. I've got God inside my body right now. My skin feels electric. It vibrates. It feels very hot. I drink about 3 gallons of fountain drink every day. God can move my hands, lips, mouth, where I can.
He says that he's the only person on earth who has the spirit inside of him, and that upon death, the spirit will enter someone else.
I'm the only person on the planet that's got the Holy Ghost baptism. Nobody will get it until I die.
You'd think that having the spirit of an omnipotent being in your body would be a blessing, but Hickman actually reports quite the opposite. Unlike a lot of religious people, he sees God as the enemy. He rants about all the ways that God is constantly torturing him.
God is terrorizing and attacking me.
He talks about God sending electricity through his body gum disease being shot into
Probably
him,
the fountain drinks
extreme
causing
heat,
the gum disease.
and apparently
Just a
much
thought.
more. He even claims to have visions of Jesus taunting him as he goes through this torment.
I see Jesus in visions and he laughs, teases me, insults me.
We don't just have his word as a testament to the torture he endures, but in several videos, he even shows us some of the physical wounds that are left behind.
He struck me. God entered into my body.
This guy needs help. This guy, there's something wrong upstairs. That's all there is to it. It's nothing to do with God entering his body or anything like that. He needs psychological help. There's something wrong.
The guy is all about spreading his word to make people aware of God's deception. He's even written multiple books about his suffering.
I wrote a book. God entered into my body like a body my same size. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. The bear with the 3 ribs.
In addition to these, he's written some called The Ministry of Dreams, God Rips My Lips, Neck Attacks Me, and more. This book right here is only 4 pages long, and he talks about how God entered his body. Apparently, he was chasing baptism for 7 years, when one day, while he was praying, God entered him. The last 3 pages just detail his suffering. The whole thing is very incoherent, and I can only assume the rest of his books are similar. There is one book he wrote that is very unlike the others, however. It's titled, I Retired for 15 Years by Working and Buying Just 4 Rental Properties. I'm not really sure what to make of this one. Besides his YouTube channel, Hickman is also active on Facebook, where he documents more of the tortures God puts him through. He even has a website called Ministry of Dreams that, just like his books, is filled with more nonsense.
I really feel bad for this guy. Can you imagine what torture that would be like to go through something like that? He's obviously, in my opinion, he's deranged. There's something psychologically wrong with him. That's all it could be.
There are 2 main theories that I've seen that address the question of why he's doing all this. The first is that he's some type of performance artist or a troll. And the second, more common theory, is that this is someone who is very mentally ill. I personally don't think this man is a performance artist. I just think that he's suffering from mental illness, mainly because of the sheer amount of effort put into this, without really getting much out of it. He's been doing this for over a decade now, and is even putting money into promoting this.
I am paying to promote it on YouTube, and if it showed up in your Gmail box, well, I'm paying to promote it. That's what I want.
He's written all these books, and has even translated them to multiple other languages to spread his word. Money can't be a motivator. I haven't seen any ads on his videos, and I can't imagine that many people are buying his books. Hickman seems like he truly believes what he's saying.
Yeah, I think he believes
If
it.
he's a troll, then this is extremely impressive. I think it's also important to note that on one of the websites where people were complaining about receiving texts from him, someone wrote a comment saying, "Yeah, so I work at the gas station that he comes to a lot. We call him Crazy Bob. My brother just got his message tonight. I wouldn't call him a serial killer or anything, because he's actually a very nice man when I see him. Now what he does at home, I cannot say. I have talked to him, and heard stories from my coworkers who have talked to him, and he's just messed up in the head. Don't worry about him. We just let him do his thing because he hasn't done anything wrong. So, us in Indianapolis just tend to ignore him." Bob Hickman is still active on his YouTube and other social media today. I tried to get in contact with him, but he won't respond to me. It's sad to see someone going through this, but there isn't really anything we can do other than hope that he gets help. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.
You know, do you think I'm crazy?
Honestly, yes, I do.
That's actually pretty sad. No doubt he's going through a lot of torture. and everything, but I don't know what you could do with someone like that to help him. Anyways, that was from Scare Theater. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. I think he's suffering from mental illness. I definitely do. Like, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time.